I think we have a really powerful position because of the popularity of our league and so many of our players and the fact that we have already established that we're very proactive on social issues. For me, I consider myself uh, pretty well educated. I've been playing basketball or coaching basketball for, gosh, almost 48 years, I guess. And since my days at Paul Revere Junior High School, I've had black teammates. Um, and so I've sort of lived in this basketball culture. But I have to say that while I thought I understood um, what black life was like, I think this last month has sort of slapped me in the face and and basically said you don't know anything. Um, and so I've really been thinking and reading and trying to understand what my place in all of this is and what we can all do about it. Um, and I think the sort of the conclusion that I've come to, if it is a conclusion, is that as a country we have not really ever reconciled the sins of our past. I think we live in this amazing country where it's possible for someone like me to grow up and play basketball and go play in the NBA and raise my kids and go to the beach and travel and have this incredible life. I have probably the best life of anybody I could ever imagine. But side by side, we live in this country where black people are discriminated against, frankly, murdered, as we've seen um, on film of late. But it's been happening for 400 years. If you really um, want to get down to it, and we've never really sort of reconciled with this. I think the common theme right now is we all just kind of think, but that happened so long ago. It's not really my fault. None of us are really racist. I think we all on this call are, we're pretty educated, and we think, well, we're good people, and we are, but we're responsible. We're not. It's not our fault what's happening with Black community, Black America. It's not our fault, but we are responsible to try to make it better. And so what I've tried to do, what the NBA coaches are doing, every coach is connecting with a grassroots organization in our respective cities. And we're really trying to dig into what the biggest issues are for the Black community and listen to the communities and use our platforms to try to help bring about some change. But the education is so key, and we all can learn more. I think teaching our kids, real Black American history is important. And I'll finish with this. About 3 years ago, one of my players, Andre Iguodala, Black guy from Springfield, Illinois, really interested in politics and history. So we had a lot of really interesting discussions. And we were talking about race, and he said, "Coach, have you ever heard of Black Wall Street?" And I said, "No." He said, "Well, look it up. It's it has to do with the Tulsa race riots." And I went home and Googled it, and I was humiliated. Here I am, this college educated history minor. I took American history in high school and college. Nobody ever taught me about the fact that 300 Black people were murdered and massacred in this self-sufficient Black town that was doing fantastically well economically, looking after each other, building families. Nobody ever taught me that. We need to know these things. Our kids need to know these things. They need to be taught this cannot happen. And so I'm very passionate about it because I see so many wonderful players who I've been around who are so affected by this. Their families are affected by this. And it just hurts me to my core to see the pain that they're in. And we have to try to affect some change. We're, we're not at fault, but we are responsible. And whatever that means to each of us individually, we have to figure that out.